Do you like shonen anime? You know, all the cool action scenes, level up, breaking and surpassing your level? I know I do. I also like me some Power Rangers, you know, group battles, fighting for justice, hope, all these great themes. I always wanted to see what would happen if you mix those two elements together. And no, I'm not talking about Go-Go Loser Ranger or Red Ranger Isekai. We already got those, and those shows are great in their own right. But I'm talking if you brought the shonen anime into live action, into the Power Ranger. What would it look like to see an anime fight in live action? Does a show like that even exist? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's been here the whole time, and that show is called Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider is the new passion of mine that I have been delving into as a beginner, and I'm here today to talk about my journey as a new person coming into Kamen Rider. Do I enjoy it? What do I think about it? What do I not like about it? If any, which I don't think any, I'm gonna be real with you. Talk about how it is to be a content creator who is brand new to the content he's making and doesn't have much knowledge on it. If you should watch Kamen Rider, which I'll go ahead and spoil that, you should, and give my thoughts and light reviews on the shows that I covered thus far, the future of the content of the channel with Kamen Rider, and much, much more. So I'll start this off with my journey into Kamen Rider, because I did know what Kamen Rider was before I made my YouTube channel. You know, I always seen it here and there, kind of like that sexy person that you see on the side of your eye in the club. And you're just like, you know, you don't say nothing to them, but you acknowledge them. You see them there, you see them doing their thing. But, you know, there was a few reasons why I didn't check it out. You know, it was a show I didn't know much about. I didn't know anyone really who watched it around me. I didn't know where to watch it at all. And the biggest thing is that most of it, if I did find it, was subbed for me, for someone who has dyslexia, here's a big problem. Like, I can watch, you know, I'm definitely double over sub, you know, because of that fact. But, you know, I can watch a subbed episode or two, and I usually watch the sub episodes while they come out because it's not too much for 30 minutes. But doing a whole season subbed, yeah, your boy and words is like ops together. We just don't F with each other. So I procrastinated it and put it off, you know, until a date where I felt like I could really watch it and delve into it and figure out. And that day came after I started my channel, which, if you're new to this and you don't know me, I started my channel a year back, and I pretty much cover a variety of things and do commentary. I talk about stuff all the way from comic books to Power Rangers to Godzilla to whatever else I just feel like talking about that day. But circling back to Power Rangers, I feel like that was a cornerstone that set all this into motion, because we would cover Power Rangers in Sentai and mix them in together into one video and do our commentary thing over it. And I think around the time of the Korag to maybe the Doggy Kruger video is when I started getting the comment, Shaman, can you please check out Kamen Rider? I thought it was interesting. I was like, okay, that's an interesting take. Maybe I'll do it. I'll think about it. It first started as one comment, then 2 comments, then 3 comments, and then it never stopped. People were over here dang protesting. They was demanding, Shaman, you gotta cover Kamen Rider. They was dang there holding my channel like gunpoint, like, fool, if you don't drop a Kamen Rider, I will bust a cap in you. That's pretty much, they won't say that they did that, but that's what they did, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. You gotta believe me. My community was just so passionate about Kamen Rider. They just wanted me to check it out. They wanted me to look at it, talk about what they loved, and just dive into it myself. And that's where I had a decision to make as a content creator. Do I keep on doing what's working with Power Rangers and DC and stay with that, stay in my little safe bubble? Or do I take a chance and listen to my community? Oh, boys know what I did, bro. We listened to the community. Let's go, family. Yes, I decided, yes, I'm going to tackle Kamen Rider. And I was going to do it because my community wanted me to. I wanted to check it out for my own self as well. I was passionate about checking it out, but I knew if I could do something fun and great for the community, I should trust them, and I'm going to do it for them more than anything. If it flops, it flops. If they don't want me to cover it again, I won't cover it again. We'll just see where the chips lie. And this is where I had to start marking my objectives of what we're going to do. I'm going to have to cover Kamen Rider. I got to figure out myself where to start on Kamen Rider, and also wherever I decide to start at, I have to make that content a digestible story for someone else to get in Kamen Rider. That was my main goals with the video. I started watching all of the Kamen Rider videos and people that were way more knowledgeable of the series than me, because I didn't know nothing. And then I did something that would have probably helped me if I didn't F it up and put a community poll asking, which Kamen Rider show y'all want me to see? You know, I put 3 good options up there that I thought that I kept seeing in the comments, like, okay, let's see what they say. And, you know, I went ahead and put a gag little joke at the bottom, like, oh, you want me to surprise you? Thinking, you know, of course, no one's going to hit that one. They're going to pick the one they want to see, right? The one they've been commenting 100 times.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yep, I done effed myself, bro. I done had an easy alley-oop, and I went back to having to do hard work and figure out where the heck I want to start. I started to think, I feel like the best course of action is to start on one that is the start of the era. 3 eras. You have your Showa era, your Heisei era, and your Rira era. And it's in that order. Showa being the oldest, Rira being the newest. I went and watched the beginning of each 3. So that way I had a good basis and understanding of what Kamen Rider was to where it is. But for the best opportunity that I think that I could explain and capture the essence of Kamen Rider that I saw best and would give someone the chance to watch old Kamen Riders as well as new ones and not feel like they wouldn't like the other, was starting right at the middle in the Heisei era, being Kamen Rider Kuga. So I decided on the show. Perfect. Next problem, where do I watch it? And that's gonna be a problem with a lot of Kamen Rider shows I have to watch, is luckily some of them are YouTube, just like Kuga was. But with Kuga, there was a dub out there. And that was definitely a thing that made it a plus for me to watch it. If I could watch at least a couple episodes in dub, I would be able to understand the story more and break it down, and I'd be able to get this video out on time and make it a lot more better. I had to scour the internet because the Kuga dub isn't something that's official. It was something that was just aired somewhere random. I think like the Philippines or something. So there was only like 10 episodes that were dubbed, but that was good enough for me. So I found them and I watched the dub version and I came to a better understanding of the show. I even read the manga. So I go watch the series. I watch probably about half the season in dub, and then I watch the other half in sub, be able to get out the video, and then we uploaded it, and then the people was effing with it. I was getting the thumbs up. People gave it the okay to continue. I was happy. Oh, down there saying tear. Bro, I had to push the video back a whole week. One of the only times we've ever had to do that for this Kamen Rider video, because I wanted it to be amazing for my fans, and I wanted to make sure that I understood and represented Kamen Rider in the right way, and as well that it would help someone else to get into it, which I think on both regards we succeeded in, because I get a lot of people saying that they're getting into Kamen Rider now because of the videos and even checking out the stuff, and having people that have watched Kamen Rider wanting to go back and watch some of the series that we're watching and do kind of like a watch along thing, which is so cool, so amazing. And to give a quick review of Kamen Rider Kuga, I think it's a great starter anime for these reasons and why I chose it. It had a very straightforward storyline. It really captured the characters very well. Even though it didn't have multiple riders, it did have a lot of the other tropes that you'll be seeing in Kamen Rider, from the motorcycles to the many different forms. They were just very simplified. With him, it's just like he changes colors. He has a certain amount of colors. He can do this, that, the third, and he goes up bit by bit. The monsters were pretty good to understand, especially for this age. If you're watching Jujutsu Kaisen, the villains are pretty much doing like the calling game from Jujutsu Kaisen in Kamen Rider. It's just villains and monsters just want to catch as many bodies as possible. They're just wreaking havoc. So it's a pretty easy to understand plot in that regard. It's all levels, and it even had a violator form. So yeah, no, I had to cover it. I had to win. You know, I was like, wow, they liked it. You know, it did all right. I feel like confident to make another one. Then my dumb made a promise at the end of the video, thinking, I know they're gonna love it. Hype them up for the next one. And I promise to do Kamen Rider builds, and that's where I have no. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I done tricked myself. Cause I'll go ahead and say this. I love Kamen Rider builds. Builds might be one of my favorite shows just in general, besides just being a Kamen Rider show. Thing is, however, having to watch it and make content about it was a bit of a nightmare. It was hard, bro. I can hold you. There was so many episodes. I didn't, and I mean that in, I guess in a good way. It was just like not foresight on my part, not understanding how complex and how much story elements were going to come in. Because you imagine, this is still the second Kamen Rider series that I'm covering, right? So I still want to explain things and elements about Kamen Rider to someone that's new, just like me, wanting to watch along, but also, you know, represent the people that have watched it and talk about some scenes that I think they're going to want to, you know, be talked about and highlighted, you know, and we still have to cut out a whole bunch of things. And that's why I always say, if you're watching these videos, don't let it be a substitute for the main thing, you know, let it be a step to it, because, you know, our videos don't do Builds justice, of course. You know, Builds is an amazing show. We had to cut so much stuff, you know. You can see in our Builds part 3 that we just did the whole orchestra bit and then went straight into like rapid fire, everything that just happened. But that's kind of where my problem with Builds happened was, yeah, I mean, it's our first 3-parter show or videos in our channel. You know, that's how immense it was. And me thinking I could probably do it in 1 or 2 hours. Stupid, bro. And that was just covering the main series. Because the big thing is, when I say maybe Builds might not be the best starter one for some people, but I think you can definitely watch it after maybe a 1 or 2 are under your belt, because there's a lot of elements to Builds. I mean, it's a lot longer. It has a very in-depth story, a lot of characters, a lot of things going on. It's super amazing. When you do get to watch it, you're gonna love it. But I always say I would build up 2 builds, pun intended. That way you can cherish it even more, because it just does everything that other Kamen Riders, like something like Kuga, which is like the basis and stuff of Kamen Riders, Builds just builds upon that and makes it like even better. I was enjoying it, but yeah, to explain that to someone new, it was hard, because it's best to just watch straight through, because there's so many side stories with it. And this is where it feels like, you know, Kamen Rider could be almost comic booky, where it's like, oh, here's a one-off TV show, here's a one-off short, here's a movie, here's a manga, here's a crossover event, a crossover movie, here's a freaking musical play on it that tells you the events that happen in between things. I mean, it's crazy. There was a lot of things, and I had to cherry pick. We didn't end up spending all year on Kamen Rider Builds of what do I talk about and what don't I talk about. And I think we found the right balance. And it's a reason why Builds took a lot longer, because I wasn't expecting to do that much. Like, I wasn't expecting to have to do all that. But also, I was enjoying it so much. So that was also what took time, because I was actually sitting there and I was truly, that's when, by the end of Builds, that's when I was like, I get it. I truly, like, Kuga, it opened the door, but Builds is like, I see why people love this show. Like, why they love Kamen Rider. Because, I mean, there's just points where I'm just on the edge of my seat like a kid, like, bro, what's about to happen? Oh, no, don't do it. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's fine. Oh, it was just, I love this character. I'll hate this character. Oh, no, I love him. I mean, it was just so amazing. It had great soundtracks, great fight scenes. Every character dang near lovable. I loved every character. Sento was amazing. Grease is my man. Rogue, the Violator, he's in the gallery. Of course, put him with Korag and the others. And of course, my main man, Anjo. Cross Dragon Jelly. That boy was a different breed, bro. Bro, the thing with Kamen Rider 2, that's another thing what I love about Kamen Rider. Bro, whoever in the costume department, especially for Builds, give that boy an Oscar or something. Give that boy whatever the award needs to be, because every design is fire, especially in Builds. They did not miss. They did not miss a single design. And you just add that with, you know, Sento and Banjo having a bromance. That was cool. Their relationship was awesome. Grease relationship with the one girl is awesome, where he's probably the most cool, chill, relaxed character, but he gets with a girl and he's all goo goo gaga over her. You know, Rogue had a lot of great personality, and he had he was a villain, then turned part of the team. He had an amazing story arc. The betrayals, the twist, there is just so much. Like, Builds is not just a good Kamen Rider show. It is just a good show in general. Like, it will be up there in your favorite shows. And that's why I would say, if you want, you can get into it. You can go dive in. You can do whatever you want, especially if you enjoyed the videos. I think watch my videos, I try to explain things a good bit and you'll have fun, but I build up to it. Give yourself that special treat for the year. Like, you know what? I'm ready for the big kahuna. And now we're starting on Geatz, which I've only done the first arc when they won the first Grand Prix. And I'm enjoying that one too. That one is kind of giving me build vibes, like in a way, but it's like it has this lovable cast of people for you to enjoy, but it plays with certain characters and the dynamics between them are so different and fun where, you know, Geatz, who's their main Kamen Rider, just like how Sento and Yusuke would be, from me just from the first arc, is kind of an a-hole. he's kind of, you know, he's sly like a fox, which of course, you know, there's his armor set, devious, but he has his own agendas going on, and you can kind of see deep down he does have a heart of gold. He's just, you know, he's playing the game. Since they are in this version, the whole theme is a battle royale, so you know, attachment could be a whole nother thing. I mean, it's literally like Squid Games mixed with Alice in Wonderland, where every day is a new gimmick and you got to do something and people will be eliminated and you get a big cast of Kamen Riders and interchanges, and there's like 4 main ones that you're going to be following. Those are, you know, the girl one, who I think is really dope, but Tycoon, I seen what his fit turns into later. That boy clean, and his character is super dope. But of course, and this is, and y'all boys knew, you know what I'm about to say, because y'all boy done set me up. Y'all knew I was gonna like this character. That happened to be Buffer. Put that boy on the Violator team, put the jersey up in the bleachers, my boy. I love Buffer, bruh. He literally, by accident, looks like my character too. And I love the character behind the armor set. And he's like this ambitious, good-hearted ruffian. Like he is selling the show for me more than anybody. And y'all knew that. That's why I was like, it's crazy. Y'all kept saying, Geatz, there's going to be a character you love. And I just knew it was that one. And I saw the comments after the video came out. Everyone's like, yep, I knew he was gonna like Buffer. Yep. He's gonna glaze Buffer. And was right. So I haven't finished Geatz yet, but I am watching it, and I've been informed. I've talked to other creators about this, and they've been helping me try to understand certain things and be better and just be helpful in general making Kamen Rider. And that's where, and I'll say for Geatz so far, I am liking it, but I do want to roll into what I want to say next of probably one of the best things about getting into Kamen Rider is the community. The community behind Kamen Rider is so astounding, so amazing, so supportive. I only got into like I finally took the leap because of y'all. Y'all told me to check it out. Y'all screamed and y'all were so passionate about it, just like y'all are with other shows that I'll be checking out, like Magical Girl animes and Goro and just a whole myriad of other shows that I keep seeing y'all recommend. I'm gonna check them out, and definitely in due time, because I trust y'all. And if y'all want to see something and y'all are super passionate about it, of course I'm going to cover it. But yeah, to me, I think the community is probably one of the best parts of this besides the show itself, because the community being so supportive, they just want more people to watch Kamen Rider with and enjoy. And the creators that I've met in this space that are way more knowledgeable than me, who you should check out if you're wanting to know more about Kamen Riders, people like Lambo, Hot Kill, Silver Crow, and a whole myriad of others that I'll post, and y'all can comment down below and put some people. They are so more knowledgeable than this to me, and they were so helpful to me being new to the community. They done popped out and showed out. Like I said, Lambo, me and him start talking. I saw all y'all commenting about Lambo, which, you know, we'll probably be doing something soon in the future. He done reached out and talked, and we were like, all right, bet, let's do something up. But he rolled down the whole thing for me. Silver Crow was very knowledgeable. That's why we had him on the Geatz video, and he talked all this stuff to me. I see Hot Kills, he's doing his thing. We messaged on comments, and I'm gonna try to talk to him soon. Go check him out. I mean, it's just so amazing, the journey that I've been going through with this, and how much I've just been falling in love with the show, but also the community around the show. And before I go, I do want to answer one question I keep seeing a lot in the comments too, on where you can watch Kamen Rider. Well, Kuga and Geatz, luckily you can watch them on YouTube. Some of the other ones we might cover are in different places. You can watch some on Freeverse. Some you might just have to look up online, somewhere on Tubi. They're kind of just scattered all over the place. I'm not the best information for that. But you can also join our Discord, and we'll try to post links to the ones that we're watching so you can watch along with us, all that. But there's definitely more people that are more qualified on to helping you find that. Or if you do a quick Google search, I'm sure you'll be able to find the show that you want to watch. And you can join our Discord from the link below. Hopefully that will help. And yeah, I think we about covered it. I'll give more updates. If you like this type of video, I'll definitely make more of them. If you haven't for some reason seen my Kamen Rider videos, you can check one out right here. You can see the whole playlist. If for some reason you made it to the end of this video and you decided that you don't like Kamen Rider and I didn't sell you on it, why are you at the end of the video? I guess you can watch this then. It's a Power Ranger or something, or YouTube thinks you will like it. Why are you here?